Hello and welcome to this training video on using the guided test feature of the AVX-10K flight line test set from Viavi Solutions. With guided tests, a user can create easily repeatable tests to ensure consistency and improve efficiency. In this video, we will discuss creating, editing, deleting, and running guided tests. We will also discuss how to copy a guided test to other AVX-10Ks. The guided test feature is currently available for the ILS, VOR, DME, and TACAN applications. After turning on your test set, run one of the supported applications. Here we will run the ILS application. Press the guided test button to access the guided test menu. To create a guided test, press the Create Guided Test button and enter the password as found in the manual. Enter the name for the guided test you are about to create and choose the execution mode, either one-time or continuous. For this example, we will set up a glide slope sensitivity test. Read the instructions, and then press the Create button. The tab title will reflect the test step number. It is typical to start with the setup parameters. Set up the test set to align with your procedures. Here, we will select antenna for the RF port, VAR for frequency input type, and numeric entry for frequency, RF power input method. On the main tab, we will make sure that both localizer and glide slope are enabled and set frequency to 108.1 MHz and glide slope power to -50 dBm. Ensure localizer and glide slope DDM are centered, and all other values are at their default settings. Press the Run key, and then press the Next Step of Guided Test button. Select the step method to proceed to the next step of the test, either key press or delay. If delay is used, you can enter a delay value from 0.001 to 30 seconds. The step method can be changed with each step transition. Let's go back into Setup and set the input method to numeric step, and then select 1 dB step size back on the main screen. Click the down arrow on the power field and then the Next Step button. Keep the method as key press and click the Next Step button. Repeat this process until the glide slope RF power is -67 dBm. This should give you 19 steps. Press the Stop button, and then press the next step of guided test and then the Done button and confirm. You have just created a guided test. Now let's say that we need to add a step at the beginning of this test and start with a higher power level in order to ensure a lock. Go back to the guided test menus, select the test that you just created, and then press the Edit Guided Test button. Enter the password, read the instructions, and press the Edit button. There are now controls in the upper right corner of the screen. These controls allow you to advance forward or backward one step at a time, or using the +- control button, optionally insert or delete steps. When moving to a new step, the editor will allow you to keep or change the step method used between each step. In step 1, let's set the power to -5 dBm by going to Setup and changing the input method to numeric entry. Go back to the main screen and press the center of the glide slope RF power button. And enter -5 dBm. Now click the +- control. Click Insert after with key press, and press the Insert Step button. In step 2, enter a power level of -50 dBm. Press the Exit Editor, and then the Save button. Deleting an existing guided test is straightforward. From the guided test menus, select the test that you would like to remove from the list of guided tests. Press the Remove Guided Test button and confirm. Running a guided test is also straightforward. Select the test that you would like to run from the list of guided tests and press the Run Guided Test button. The test will begin and will continue as defined, either advancing each step after a delay or waiting on a key press. Note: if you choose to abort a guided test, the RF output may still be on. There are a number of ways to port a guided test from one AVX to another, but the simplest current method is to use a USB thumb drive in the AVX file browser application. Insert a USB thumb drive into the side of the AVX and open the file browser application. Navigate to Reports, and then the application that holds the guided test. In our case, it was ILS. Then, to copy all of the created guided tests, select the GT folder, then press File Options and copy to USB. This will place all of the ILS guided test files onto the USB thumb drive. Insert that USB thumb drive into another AVX and open the USB file browser application. Select the GT folder, press File Options, and copy to internal. Close the USB file browser, open the file browser application. Select the GT folder, File Options, and then cut. Navigate to Reports, ILS. Select File Options, and paste. All guided tests will now appear on the guided test menu of the updated AVX. The experts at Viavi Solutions are ready to answer your questions about using the AVX-10K. Send your questions or comments to americas.service@viavisolutions.com or call 1-800-835-2350.